think my yo moment would be when I got a 50% and I was celebrating.
Which module would you eliminate?
Advanced human rights. Leave.
Welcome everybody. My name is the Brilliant Law Student. So brilliant to a point, even at distinction as a bare minimum. And today, I'm with the tallest girl you ever meet in the Faculty of Law at UFS.
That's why I'm funny, because I'm a happy person. I laugh all day long. I can't even imagine.
You are?
I am Kiki Crystal.
Kiki. Alright, what year are you doing?
I'm doing 38 LLB mainstream.
Mainstream.
Yes.
Why UFS students always just indicate mainstream, extended? What's up with that?
I think it's because there's quite a difference between in the mainstream and the extended.
What's the difference? Is it easy? Like, is mainstream hard, or according to you?
I wouldn't say hard, but I think there's a lot of pressure with regards to like mainstream students and extended. I think with extended they take it bit by bit, which is bit yeah.
So you're in the hard one, the most difficult one, based on your standards.
Not really hard, but not really hard, but a bit difficult one.
Okay, that's very interesting. So I want to know, on a scale of 1 to 100, how would you rate your semester?
Yo, like the level of hardness.
No, like,
difficult.
Like how it was in general, the semester.
100.
Oh my God!
That's my level of difficulty. Like, it was very difficult. It was very hard. I'm giving it 100.
You're giving it 100? How prepared were you for the semester?
I couldn't have been prepared enough. Now that I know, I thought I was, but I wasn't. So yeah.
Okay. Now going on to my next question. What was your moment that you had experienced this semester?
Get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready.
I think my yo moment would be when I got a 50% and I was celebrating.
What do you mean you celebrated 50%?
I got like a 50 and I was busy worshiping God. Thank you.
That's very interesting.
It is.
Like, as varsity that hard to a point where 50% actually feels like a distinction.
Yes. You know, I've always had people saying that, now 50% is a distinction. I concur right now. I agree it is. It is. Yeah. But I think that was my yo moment.
That was your yo moment?
Yes, that was. Definitely.
And what was your, oh, I fucked up moment this semester?
I think when I first wrote my first test for civil, I think there I was like, could have done better, you know.
What do you mean you could have done better? What is better according to your standards?
I think I could have less panicked and really understood the questions and read. Yeah, and not, I think, yeah, and slept even. Slept the day before the test because I didn't.
I mean, that's a very interesting question about sleep. I mean, all of us, before the test, we don't want to sleep.
Yeah.
And now you're saying something different that you wish you could have slept. What do you mean by that?
You know, I think we are different as people. But for me, I think sleeping is essential because when you had like a good night rest, then for me, my mind can work actively and I can really just think, even if it's out of the box. But if I didn't sleep, then I end up having like a mental block.
A mental block.
Yes.
In the actual exam room or the test room?
In the test room. Literally, you know that I know this. I remember I studied this, but
it does not come out.
My mind is not cooperating.
Yo.
Yeah.
So that happened to you this semester?
It did with civil first test. So I was just like, I know that I know this, but when did I do this? Now you only remember the timelines that I think around 2 a.m. I was doing this, and at 6 I was revising this, but yeah, I think, yeah, that was...
But from your answer, you sounded like you prepared last minute. You said last night around 2 a.m.
Yeah. I think also time management killed me.
Time management?
Yes, it did. Killed me a lot, you know. Yeah.
Now going to my next question. If you were given an opportunity to eliminate one module, which module would you eliminate?
Advanced human rights. Leave. I don't even understand the importance of that module at this point. Aisha, advanced human rights, no.
Why advanced human rights?
I think I had a hard time understanding what it was about. Secondly, I had a hard time passing the module. So, yeah, advanced human rights, no for me.
Based on your answer, do you think the problem was the content itself or was the problem the lecture?
I'm gonna say both. I'm so sorry, but that's just my opinion. I think both of them. Just the delivering of the content and the content itself, because there are other modules where you can just self-study and do exceptionally well. And this one, it was just, yeah.
So basically what you're saying is that the lecture made the module even way more difficult than it should have been.
Yes, you could have been lenient in the test. Those tests were hectic.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how hectic were advanced
Yo,
tests?
10. I even have a headache just thinking about it. For me, even the marks show that this was difficult. You can lie to yourself and say, I wrote so good. And then the marks come out, you know that it shied you, Shim.
Yo.
So, yeah.
So out of all the modules that you did this semester, what was your most favorite one and why?
Evidence. I think law of evidence. One, the lecture made it easy. She's very passionate about it. She knows how to deliver the content. Studying it is just amazing.
Yes.
So I think law of evidence.
Law of evidence.
Yeah.
So the lecture is supposed to be interested in the module.
Please love the module. Love it so that we can love it. Please.
Yes, I think it goes back to that thing that says that a leader leads by an example. So
if it's like you're not passionate about it, then I'm not going to be passionate as well.
So throughout your LLB degree, have you ever cried over an assignment or over a test mark?
No, I always cry, Shem. But this semester, I cried every day. Like, after writing, you cry. Even the marks show you that, Shem, you cried. Cry again. So
the way you're speaking, it sounds like your tears could fill an ocean.
Yeah, they could.
Yeah.
They could. Literally. So, yeah, it was really, really hectic.
Really, really hectic. Okay, how have you challenged yourself this semester to grow as a law student?
Yeah. I did mooting, which is something that I've been postponing doing. So that really helped me and molded me to just know what to expect, and giving me litigation skills. So I think I did mooting. Now also just currently finished my shadowing program for prosecutors. So I think I also did that, which helped me to just grow in the field of law.
That's very, very interesting. So as I know that you are a student and you're also working at the same time, define time management according to you.
Yeah, I always struggle with that. I always struggle with that because now we have work and you just have to balance working and studying at the same time. But I would say setting your priorities right. You know that you have something to do at work at this time. So you make sure that you do it before.
Now I think everybody is interested to know this, especially about law students or students in general. What is the most delusional thing you've ever done before a test?
Like the most delusional. Yeah, I don't know. I think before the test, I prayed that, can God please show me what's in the test? And then everything that I was marking, I was like, oh, I know it's not going to be there. God is showing me. And then it was all there.
Well. Next question.
So I think that was Delulu. Yeah.
What do you mean you done that? Like you put your whole test and your whole marks based on God. I mean that's the bravery we all wish we had.
I did that. I said, you know what, I'm trusting you. But now I know that I think also I was just leading on my own accord and just being like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. I know he's saying I should do this. But deep down it was me. I didn't want to study those things. So yeah, I think that's what I did. That was Delulu.
Your student that you affairs are crazy. What do you mean? Like, what do you mean? You're just like, God, please show me. I'm not gonna study this because God is like, it's not gonna show up on the test. I'm leaving it. Yo,
Yeah, I know.
like that's some risk taking. I think we all need to have in our life. Or never. I don't recommend that for anybody, right? So now, last question and something that we want to know. What advice would you give to a first year student based on your experience about law?
I think one of the things that we don't understand or we don't know is that with law, you have to love studying. You know, you just have to love reading. Like your books have to be, I don't know, but the center, right? So I think I'd advise a first year student that study all of your cases. I know we like, no, you know, you can study just a section, but I've seen how important it is to just study all of your cases. And it'll be study every day, make that a habit, you know, make that a habit. Okay, do have like some days off, but be consistent in your work. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And law is hard, guys. I know we don't say that a lot, but it is genuinely it is. Yeah.